Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today Natalie and I are going to go set up the Bluebird boxes. Right here, we took this way. This is not actually the way to the Bluebird boxes, but we walked the dog down here a little bit earlier, and you can see the ground is just churned from the deer. Right through here and all around here, just churned up from the deer coming through here. And you can see they've made their trail going right through here. They're actually coming up towards the house. Natalie and I were just talking about how we're going to make trails through here, and one of them is going to come right below this rock outcropping, and most of these junk trees will be gone. I don't know if you've seen that, but kind of looked like a raccoon, but it's not. That was Maisie. So you have a beautiful view of this big monster tree. That's Bigfoot up there, the big white oak. Apparently Izzy went down into the ravine here. Oh, Izzy, I don't even know if I talked about this, but Izzy hurt her foot the second day of the national emergency for the virus. We went to pick up Natalie. Natalie was on the other side of the state. We went to pick her up, and Izzy was on a leash at a gas station where we met her brother who dropped her off. Oh, gee, she's over there again. We met her brother at a gas station, and Izzy was so happy to see Natalie that she was jumping, and she got tangled in her leash because she's barely ever on a leash. She's not used to them. She got tangled in it, and she was way up in the air, and she came down like sideways and landed on her leg. So the next day, we are a day into this national emergency, and we had to run her to the vet. She has no breaks or anything. She has a bad sprain. But she's only been going out like this this is only her second day, and this is actually by far the most she's been out. She'll hop a little bit once in a while, and then when she goes back in, she has to have ice on her leg. So, yeah, Izzy is injured. We just finished up with the injured duck. Now we have an injured dog, but she's getting better every day. You can also see right here, see the big wood chips? That is from a pileated woodpecker somewhere up there. They pull out these big chips like that. Really big woodpecker. Yeah, you can kind of get a glimpse of what this ravine looks like. It's just beautiful down there during the summer when all the little flowers and stuff and the moss is all blooming and stuff. So we'll take a tour of that at some point this summer. Hopefully we won't be in lockdown at that point. Izzy. So the bird boxes are up that way. The first one is in the middle of the field up there by the well. So let's head up there and check that out. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is like a bluebird's normal habitat. They find about this size of a hole. This is hollow in here. Same here, and the same up there. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. So wood wrens use these, as well as bluebirds. There's a few others as well. I don't think there's anything in there yet, but that's their natural habitat. But their natural habitat's been pretty much destroyed in most cities. That's why you don't see bluebirds in the city very much. Another thing is, well, I guess cats. Cats in the city will get bluebirds, but they've never gotten one of ours. Our cats are kind of afraid of them because bluebirds are actually kind of aggressive. But one of the biggest things that's attacking bluebirds is house sparrows. House sparrows are an introduced species from England. House sparrow, and what was the other one?
Goodbye. Not star.
Well, we'll figure that out. Let's head up to the Bluebird boxes there. But anyways, that is where a bluebird would normally make its house, but there's not many of these in cities. They need a cavity to make their nest in. So in the city, if you don't set up a bluebird box, which we're going to see in just a second, if you don't set up boxes, they basically have no place to live, and they're not going to hang out there. So let's go check that out. Okay, we're up by the first bluebird box. They want to be 4 or 5 feet off the ground. Generally, it's better to not put them on something wood like this, because stuff can climb up there and get into it, but we've never had that problem. This extension on the front is kind of important. If you just have a hole in the door, owls can reach in there and pull the babies out. And this seems to be too big of a hole. I'll have to put the hole size in the description, because well, this is a commercial box, so maybe that's correct. I thought it was 3/4 or 7/8, but this looks, oh, this is over an inch, maybe. It's pushing 2 inches, maybe. This box needs repair. Stop it, you two. Stop. You could see this crack right here, so water is getting in there, and it's going to fall off in a good wind soon. So I'll be putting a new top on this summer. Open her up, Natalie. See what kind of... It's got some nesting material in there. If it looks like a sparrow nest, we generally just pull it out. Pull it down, honey. Oh, you got it. That might be a sparrow. It probably is, because it's kind of a mix match of stuff. Bluebirds make super neat nests out of really fine grass, and this, with all the different coarse and fine grass and seeds and all that stuff, generally will tell you it's not a bluebird. But we're going to leave this nest anyways. Generally, we would pull this out. If you're in the city or something, the house sparrows will use cigarette butts and plastic wrappers, and just all, it looks like a pile of trash. So if you have a nest in there that looks like a pile of trash, it is definitely a house sparrow, and we generally just pull it out. House sparrows will come along after a bluebird has already nested in there and has babies, and they'll kill the babies. They're just nasty birds. And the other bird we were trying to think of, she did say it. I'm almost positive it's a starling. They were brought over from England because they were mentioned by Shakespeare, and both of them actually, you can kill them because they're invasive species. It's like open season on them. Nobody does though, and they're everywhere. Okay, the next one is right by the house. We'll go check that one out. Come on, kitty. Maisie, let's go. Look what Natalie just found. It is like a drug bottle with an injection top on that, with that little membrane on the top, and it has something in it. That's pretty bizarre. It was right back there by our well, of all places. I don't know why in the world that would be there, unless, I don't know. I was thinking unless the fill that came from some other place, but I don't think there is fill there. Well, that's kind of odd. I'll get rid of this. This is the one by the house. This one has a sparrow that has Yeah, you could tell the sparrow nest. It's got feathers, twigs.
I cannot be comfortable.
Yeah, well, usually when it's all twigs like that, that's a house wren, or not a house wren, but a wood wren. I believe it is. That might be what's nesting in here. Script that out. We have seen a sparrow sitting on top of this box. See, all the birds that nest in these cavity boxes, they will all try to claim it this time of year. So you'll see twigs in the bottom with real fine bluebird nest material right on top of that, and then possibly some house sparrow stuff on top of that. And then at some point, one of them wins and, builds the rest of their nest. If it's a bluebird, they'll evict, they'll get rid of all of that garbage and start over. They like a really nice, clean nest. The other ones could care less. They'll just build right on top of it. Like those twigs there, that really looks like a wood wren. But they prefer to be right near the edge of the woods. So I don't know why they would be this far out, but it definitely could be. This stuff that we pulled out here, they'll probably start grabbing that and putting it right back in. But the harder it is for the undesirable birds to start nesting there, the better. We have 2 boxes right in the yard here, and these are actually made for wood wrens. They have a smaller hole. So bluebirds will not use them. The hole's too small. We were hoping to make a place just for the wood wrens because they tend to want to take all the boxes. Oh, yeah, there's 3 of them. And we made these boxes. The other ones were commercial boxes. The bluebird ones were commercial. These open from the side. I haven't opened this in a while. There's the little hole. Not sure if it's going to open.
It's definitely wood wren in there, though. It's completely filled to the top.
Yeah, and that's how they roll. They fill the whole thing to the top. These wood wren boxes, if you start it by putting some sawdust in the bottom, what they'll do is come in and throw all the sawdust out and then start building. At least that's what they say. I saw them building right on top of it, but at any rate, they fill it all the way to the top and then make like a little cave inside there for their eggs. See, we got 3 of them. One in the graveyard. This one, the woodpeckers opened it up a bit. Let's see, there's a feather hanging out of it. And another one right here. What's that, honey? Oh, she got one open. Yeah. So, like I said, they build right up on top of it. I read online that you should put sawdust in like that, and then they'll throw it out, like I said, but that's not what happened. They just built on top of it. And these guys keep using the same stuff every year, I think. I think we'll just toss it out. Use your...
I really want to remove wood chips. Yuck.
Yeah, they can make a new one. This will definitely be used by wood wrens, I believe, but that hole might be big enough for bluebirds. But birds do not get get upwind, honey. Birds of different species do not get along with each other. Okay, let's check this other one. It's starting to rain, so we're going to check this box down here, and then we're going to take a quick look to see if the box that's in the field there is still there. That's the one I believe I took down. Okay,
That's not a wood wren.
Oh, it is not.
And it's got these blue feathers in it.
Yeah, it's got bluebird feathers in it.
And then some tan feathers and brown feathers.
I'm gonna guess that's house sparrow, but
It's pretty nice for a house sparrow.
yeah, it is kind of, but it's full of junk. You know, it's got seeds and
Yeah.
feathers. It's
Moss.
just, yeah. There's some birds that use all moss for their nests. All right, let's check this last one. It's raining fairly good here, so we're gonna have to hurry this up. Okay, I'm trying to keep the camera dry. Check this one. This is where the bluebird in the community section was sitting on the wire right there.
Empty.
And okay, I emptied this out a couple days ago, so I wanted to see if anybody was putting anything in it. Yeah, it's kind of pouring out, so I think that's the end of this. We wanted to see if there was a box on those birches over there, but I don't see it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right, let's just go look. Okay, there it is. I put this on here because bluebirds want a place to land out in front of it. Yeah, that's definitely a wren. And I figured that because this is right next to the woods. So let a wren have a box over here, and hopefully they'll leave the bluebirds alone by the road. The bluebirds would definitely prefer to be away from the edge of the woods if they can, because there's too much competition. The bluebirds will go right on the road with no problem. And this is where bluebirds feed. They want a field like this with a place that they can perch and then dive down and get bugs. So we have bluebirds in the vineyard all the time. They sit on the wires, on the vines, and then dive down and get bugs. So it's great to have them around because they get rid of bugs and they're pretty cool looking as well. Okay, I guess that's it. So we'll just leave this one alone. And we have one last box over there. It's right by the American chestnut that you've seen in other videos. That's a wood wren box as well, so we're not even going to bother with it. Basically, I wanted to see if this box right here, if it was out or if I took it down, because I was taking it down every year. Yeah, this one as well has a messed up top, but I don't know if I'll get around to fixing this one this year. We'll see. All right, that'll end this video. Make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. And if you give the video a like and or share it, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.